Salve a tutti miei folli, bentornati in questa nuova parte di The Stanley Parable. Allora, c'è l'audio di gioco particolarmente basso per me. Allora, io non ho abilitato i salvataggi, però mi sono informato e pare non essere importante, pare appunto essere disabilitato di default. Spero che per alcuni finali non sia un problema, perché so che alcuni finali sono un continuo di altri finali ottenuti prima. Io non posso giocare, diciamo, troppo di fila, o meglio, non voglio giocare troppo di fila parti troppo lunghe, quindi spero di poter ottenere buona parte dei finali. Preannuncio, non è una run completista, cioè non ho intenzione neanche di ottenere tutti i finali, non fa parte dei miei piani. Semplicemente giocherò un po' il gioco, otterrò i vari finali che riesco a ottenere e buona. Allora, immergiamoci e vediamo da dove mi fa riprendere. Se c'è ancora...
This is the story of a man
Sì,
named
c'è ancora il
Stanley.
filmato, ok, clicco per skippare. Ok, quindi ci fa ricominciare dall'inizio tecnicamente. Va bene, andiamo.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Cosa
Perhaps he
mai
had
vorrà
simply
dire?
missed a
Oh
memo.
madonna, i comandi sono... Yeah. Molto bene, narratore, narrami.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The door on my left, you say, eh? Alright, you're the boss. Bello schermo. Assolutamente non fastidioso per gli occhi. È la giornata più luminosa della storia umana.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Dal mio boss, dici, eh? Molto bene. What is hot? Target demographic teenagers. Oh, grazie. Prego. Ok. The broom closet. Si può aprire. The broom
Stanley
closet.
stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Davvero? Però così mi invoglia a chiudermi dentro invece.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Sei buono, sto analizzando. No reason, cioè l'unica ragione della quale
It's baffling
necessiti
that
è
Stanley was still
che
just
io
sitting in the
voglia
broom
stare qua.
closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Doing sweet FA.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Sì,
Standing around doing nothing?
sì,
Why?
perché
Please
lo
offer me some
voglio.
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Perché lo voglio? Posso volere stare qui?
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Proprio
I would have
perché
thought
non
to
l'hai
mention it.
menzionato. Proprio perché non l'hai menzionato che io sono entrato
Maybe to
nel
you this
broom
is somehow
closet.
its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Sottotitoli doc qui in questo caso.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Scusa, chiedo umilmente
Well, I've come to a very
perdono.
definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. In a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Sì, col piccolo problema che non c'è più
Anyone who happens
nessuno.
to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Ok. Spero di essere di intrattenimento, perché devo dire che in realtà non mi sento troppo bene. C'hai altro da dire? Credo non abbia altro da dire, va bene.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Scusa.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Upstairs, eh? I kinda wonder what's downstairs. Ah dai, seguiamo il narratore questa volta, su. E se devo andare in bagno? È chiuso? E vabbè. Comunque, bellissimo arredamento. Doing sweet FA.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Ma io sono mago.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Il buio più totale, non vedo una bega. Here we go! Un caricamento.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Davvero? Luci, per favore, non vedo una bega.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ma qui c'è la fuga. Mind Control Facility comunque. Tutto normale, un ufficio. Ominous Dark Hallway o Mind Control? Cosa facciamo? Continuiamo a seguire il narratore? Dai, continuiamo a seguire il narratore. Boom.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes, I have. Boop.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Davvero? È la normale vita di un ufficio, no? È tutto
This
normalissimo.
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
A quanto pare.
No. He refused
No,
to believe it. He
never,
couldn't accept it.
pirate.
His own life in someone else's
Wait,
control?
what?
Never. It was unthinkable.
Never.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
But offline.
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Ok, e come lo faccio? Facility power, immagino. Cosa sto vedendo comunque? Oh madonna. Che succede se vado al centro del... Assolutamente niente, bene, ci piace. Dicevo, facility power, immagino.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Beh, potrei prenderne io il controllo, eh. Seguiamo il narratore. Ah, sono ancora in game. Vedo una linea.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Come ci sono arrivato qua?
Co-workers gone. How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber,
Me ne frega niente.
none of this mattered to him. For it
Esatto.
was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Happiness.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Esatto.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Ok. Appena posso.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
Non ho
The
più
feeling of
controllo.
liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
And Stanley was happy. La stessa frase con la quale inizia il gioco. Bene, questo dovrebbe essere il finale di The Stanley Parable, il vero finale. Bene, abbiamo fatto quello che voleva il narratore, adesso io direi di provare ad andare verso l'escape.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ok.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Veramente ci sono già entrato. Arrivi tardi, caro.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find... Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Grazie, no. Non mi dai soddisfazione se non mi dici nulla. Me ne vado.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ok. Upstairs. Here we go.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
Ho
life.
sbagliato.
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In
È
fact,
cambiato
this
comunque.
keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Vero?
Amazing. He stepped
Amazing.
into the newly opened passageway.
Ok. E se... Ah, non è... Ah, pensavo fosse una leva. Beh. Non lo preme, ok. Oh. Rapido stavolta.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Are you sure about that? Io invece dico che vado verso la fuga.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Ah. E vabbè. Sono
The
cose che
door behind
capitano.
him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Certo, lo so.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Ok. Beh... E vabbè. Andiamo, confrontiamoci con la nostra morte.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end.
Ma quale esempio è?
Shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated, as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
C'è una narratrice.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
È troppo bianco sto posto?
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Il mio ufficio. Onore a tutti voi, comunque. Specialmente a Den Darko. Bene. Ma quindi è un museo di tutte le cose utilizzate nel gioco? Figo. Freedom Handing. The Games Alpha. Monitor Room Elevator. Ma c'è qualcosa che posso fare qui o è solo esplorazione? E quando arriva sullo zero? Ok. Beh amici, mi sa che questa ending finisce qui così con l'esplorazione, non credo ci sia un uscita. Uscita.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Ok.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Sì, a dire la verità.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
Cioè l'unico modo è non giocare.
Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Aia. Ok, lo accetto. Ehm, ehm, devo veramente... Ok, particolare. Bene, miei folli, purtroppo ripeto, io non mi sento troppo bene, pertanto questa parte finisce qui, mi dispiace. Ci vediamo alla prossima parte o in un prossimo video. Bye bye.